Alright, welcome to another episode of Psoto Desperado Plays Ark Survival Ascended. Over here doing some base maintenance, mostly. Trying to get stone and stuff like that. And I got some videos lined up. Let me go ahead and get there. Alright, first video. Born into a corrupt system is the name of the video channel. Why I feel relationships are a waste of time. Alright. He's showing us why he feels it's a waste of time. Now, before I even watch the video, most people will say, well, that's because relationships don't really exist. It's all relative. They're weak, or they don't really produce anything unless it's a master-slave relationship or something. Anyway, here we go.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Yeah, so I went live a couple of days ago, and I do apologize for such the shitty internet. Crazy thing is, it's not like I was in an area where it said no, like, when you think about it, I wasn't in an area where it said no service or whatever the hell. There was service, just T-Mobile sucks complete horse's ass. I mean, at least where I'm at. I mean, maybe for other people that have T-Mobile, probably good in other areas, but I don't know. But yeah, when I do go live, I'm going to try to go live in the backyard. Hopefully there's Wi-Fi, or in the house, see whichever is better. You know, well, obviously in the house is better, but anyway, without further ado, let's get into this video. Love you all.
That's too loud. They made another cartoony.
I feel like you only come over here because I have the NFL on CBS streaming live.
Relationships, and why I find them pretty much meaningless and pointless. The majority of the time, we get bored of one another, or after a while, we get annoyed of someone. You know how I put it at, how I'm trying to say it as, you're with this person, you're happy for the first maybe months, heck, it could even be a year. Then eventually something goes on that you start fighting, whether you get bored of that person, whether he starts becoming insecure or demanding, whatever. You know, sometimes they just they get bored of that person, let's just say, and they go for somebody else. Then that person's cheating, you know. But how I look at it as, if we specifically just want a girlfriend, let's just say for a week or a month, and then you want to move on, there shouldn't be no relationship. It should just be, I mean, there really is no name for it, but we shouldn't be, how I'm trying to put it as, we shouldn't be locked into somebody. You know, it's like once we're in a relationship, you can't do any of this, you can't do it. It's like, it's almost like you sell your soul away. In other words, like, I have your heart now, I have your soul locked in, you're mine. It's almost like if we're almost like property, and that's not really the case, but that's how I almost take it as. Another thing I laugh at relationships is when people say, oh, I won't ever cheat on you, I promise I love you, you're the one for me. And then a year down the line, sometimes it could even take a few years, a couple months, whatever, the person starts doing some sketchy shit behind your back, cheating, flirting, messages, shit like that. So that's why another thing why I find relationships meaningless, because they don't always end well. Majority of the time, they don't end well. How I look at a relationship is, when did you guys get together, and how long is that gonna last? When is the expiration date, you know? Meaning of when it's gonna expire with you two together. That's how I basically look at it as. Because 10 out of the time, that's what ends up happening in a relationship. They cheat. Maybe the guy or the girl gets insecure, or for example, the guy becomes demanding or the woman becomes demanding, and fights go on, whatever, and it doesn't end well. So that's basically how I look at it as, where's the expiration date, you know? It should just be a thing. If we want a girlfriend or a boyfriend, You should say straightly to each other, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm just looking to have a little fun, hang out, and then move on. But that's the thing. Girls and guys, I don't know how to explain it, but they don't look at it that way. They automatically look at it always as a relationship. And how I look at a relationship is it's supposed to last. Once you're in a relationship, it should be, I mean, as long as the guy and the girl are cool, not abusive, nothing like that, there should be nothing that should end up causing that breakup. You know? But that's the thing. Sometimes the person didn't really do anything wrong. Like, let's say the guy or the girl wasn't abusive. It's just they get bored of each other. So how I look at it as, if you're the type that's going to get bored of each other, don't settle in a relationship. Because a relationship, you're supposed to be loyal to your partner. But we slack that. We sometimes forget that meaning of what a relationship really is about. Nothing bad against you. It's just I got bored of you or whatever. Then why the fuck did you get in a relationship to begin with? Should have never got into a relationship. Should have just looked for a girl, or the girl should have looked for a guy, have a little fun, said straight out to each other, look, I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm just looking to have a little fun, maybe hang out, we'll go out to dinner one night, you know, come to my place, whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to be like silly and shit, but, and then after that, tell her the truth. Like, I want to find another girl, or the girl said, I want to find another guy. And it wouldn't break no one's heart because you didn't agree to a relationship. But once you agree to a relationship and then you do these stupid stunts, then you end up causing heartbreak. You know, you break someone's heart, you break the girl's heart, or you break the man's heart. And it's so unnecessary, and it shouldn't have even happened. Should have just been straightly honest with each other. I'm the type, I might get bored of you. Be honest. Or the girl should say, I'm the type, I may get bored of you. This way no one gets heartbroken. They knew from the start of what was possibly going to happen. That's the thing. We fall in love with someone and we think, oh, he or she's the one. We're going to get married. We're going to have a good life together. And then down the road, you catch him or her cheating on you, flirting with other guys or other girls or whatever. So that's why I say to myself, don't get in a relationship if that's who your character is. If your character is you just want to have fun with people and then go to another fish, literally, another fish in the sea, they say, don't get into a relationship. And that's the thing, people fucking slack. And that's the shit that irritates me. I mean, like, I totally understand things sometimes don't work out. I get that. I do. But there's got to be a reason for a breakup. For it to just happen, like how I look at it as, for it to just happen because you got bored of each other, that's unacceptable. Because if that was the case, you should have never signed into a relationship to begin with. You know? It takes responsibilities, a relationship. And if you don't have those responsibilities, why the fuck did you accept that in the first place? Now, let's say you're in a relationship with a girl, or the girl's in a relationship with a guy, whatever, and let's say everything's going well, and all of a sudden the guy just becomes abusive and a dick and an asshole, then yeah, of course, I can't blame the girl for wanting to break up with him. But let's say there's a girl and a guy, they got into a relationship, everything's going well, he treats her good, she treats him good, blah, 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 everything goes well, but then all of a sudden the girl or whatever just gets bored or whatever, that's unacceptable. You should have never signed into a relationship then. That I don't approve. I'm sorry, I don't. Maybe some people disagree with me or agree with me, and hey, I respect that. Everyone has their own preference, opinions and shit. So, like I said, I'm cool with that, but that's how I look at it as. The person's a bad person is one thing, but to say that you're getting bored of someone, that I find selfish, because then why did you enter a relationship? Now you broke that man's heart. Or vice versa. The man got bored of her. Now you broke her heart. And that leads to suicide. A lot of suicides lead to breaks up. I mean, it's just everything. But that I find unacceptable. That's when you should have known. That's when you should have known not to get into a relationship. That's the thing. People don't think. It just goes back to showing you people don't think. They just take action. You should think of your actions, but that's the thing. People don't think of their actions. They just, oh, she's pretty. Yeah, she's the one. Yeah, in that moment. But little do we know, we might get bored of her and we want another girl. Or little does she know she'll get bored of him and wants another man. So that's why I say don't get into a relationship if that's who you are. If you're the type that's going to get bored of someone and not be, not to settle down. Like, if you're the type that's not going to settle down, don't get into a relationship. But that's the thing. That's all we know it as. And that's why we end up getting heartbroken. But if we're honest from the start, if we knew how to, like, say it from the start, listen, I'm such and such. I think you're pretty, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want a serious relationship. I just want to have, hang out. We can hang out. We could be friends, shit like that. Of course, we could be more than friends, if you know what I mean. But I don't want a relationship where I know I'm going to basically lock my way with you, if that makes sense, And however she takes that as, she takes that as. At least you're honest. So if anything goes wrong, at least you're giving her the heads up. Because by you just accepting, oh, she's my girlfriend, I'm in a relationship, and then eventually you get bored, that's how it leads to heartbreaks. Heartbroken, whatever the fuck you want to call it, And that's what leads to some people, they kill myself, man. I'm not trying to make fun of that, but it hurts, And people slack to understand that. I don't know if I'm making sense. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just how I think I look at it as, But see, that's the problem. People don't think. Right away, they think they're going to settle down with someone, and then they don't know their emotions change. That's the thing. Our emotions always change. We're full of emotions and feelings, and those all differ in the future, I love her now. I'm getting bored of her later, So if that's the case, don't go in a relationship. How I look at it as, if you're going in a relationship, everything goes well. She's nice to you. He's nice to you. You're both nice to each other. You should be loyal. Stick with each other. Don't do any shady thing behind anyone's back. But that's the thing. We don't truly know what's going to happen. It's all a big question mark, It's all just a big risk to take, I guess. Just like everything in life's a risk. But if we're more honest with each other and say, listen, like I said a little while ago, I'm not looking for anything serious. I mean, maybe, but I don't want to say definitely. Give the heads up. So at least if anything happens, you warn that person. So it's not like out of nowhere you turn into a piece of shit or you turn into some shady guy or shady chick because you gave the heads up. But that's the thing. People don't do that right away. Oh, I promise I won't ever cheat on you. I would never do anything like that. I'm not like the other guys, or I'm not like the other girls. I'm loyal to. I love you and only you. And then they say that, and then a year later or a couple of months later, heck, even a week later, you never know. It's a whole different story what that person said. It's complete friggin' horse shit, bullshit, And that part I don't approve, At least if you give the heads up that you're the type that you'll probably get bored, at least she has a heads up and she knows, or vice versa. If she tells the man, at least the man has that heads up, But that's the thing. We don't do that. And that's why we get heartbroken. Sometimes we get shocked. Oh my God, I can't believe my boyfriend's cheating on me. Or I can't believe my girlfriend's cheating on me. And this is why we can't believe and we're in denial, because we're not truthful with each other from the very beginning of when we get into that relationship, But that's just my little rant today. I think I'm going to call it a day there. But yeah, whoever's in, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, hope it all works out well. It's pretty meaningless in my opinion, because most of the time it's just an expiration date. It just, when is it going to end, really, That's how I look at it as. But yeah, definitely going to want to be going live again soon. And I know when I first went live, I had the things on kids or whatever, made for kids or whatever, so I guess that disabled the comments. Because I'm wondering, where the hell are the comments? I see the people watching, but that's all. Then I made another one, and man, when I ended up watching it, it was so laggy, I didn't know it was that bad. I mean, I heard people saying it's glitching, it's lagging, shit like that. And I looked at it and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, fucking pathetic. I mean, and I'm outside. Like, I can understand if I was like in a tunnel or something, maybe in a parking garage underground, but what's the fucking excuse? I'm outside. T-Mobile's complete horse shit, at least for where I'm at. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop yip yapping there. I'm gonna end it there. Love you all. Take it easy, and I will be making more lives and videos in general soon. So please stick around if you like. Thank you.
Yeah. Commercials, man. All right. The problem with his statement, if you could just be a little bit more honest with each other, do you know why people in love lie to each other? There's two reasons that I know of. One is somebody, either the woman or the man, can't handle the truth. So they get lied to. They get told, yes, dear, whatever you say, dear. They don't question it. Okay? And the only other reason there is to lie to somebody is because you're doing, like he said, shady shit. Most people have mates that can't deal with the reality. I mean, a woman that thinks the world of herself and she sucks. A man who thinks he's never wrong and he's nothing but a fuck up. That's the reality of that situation there. So anyway, being honest with somebody is only good if it goes both ways. If it goes both ways and they're both able to accept reality and they're able to be honest with each other, maybe it'd be fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, good video. Good video. I like it. Oh, it's a turtle. It's funny how they're trying to attack my Dodicarus, and I'm like, really? Anyway, I just need to make some CP. I was thinking of going caving to get more chitin, because in order to make advanced megatherium saddles, you need a shitload of chitin. And the cave with Tigger, I mean, it's excellent source of chitin. But I think that's enough stone for now. All right. Yeah. else on you. Okay. Trying to make all that work. And oh, I still have some more of that. All right, very good. All right, so oh yeah. Oh, it's way overburdened. Shit, I got a bunch of shit in here. Damn it. Alright, so let me try to unload some of this stuff here. Alright, let's play another video. When it comes to relationships, dudes, I just don't got no real talent. But I just turned 53. I'm in serious diabetic pain every day. The last thing I care about is somebody's fucking feelings. You know, nobody cares about my diabetic pain and my feelings, and I just took Tylenol a while ago, and it's still not helping much. You know, it hurts every fucking day. It's like you want to concentrate and accomplish something, but you can't because you have direct pain in your body. That's not going away. I need to tell the doctor, and I don't have. They give you appointments 3 months at a time, and they give you medications 3 months at a time. That's how they do it. And I might lose my toes. You think I should give a flying fuck about what somebody thinks or what somebody feels? Hell no. They don't feel, they don't think, they don't care. Alright, here's more for life. I'm getting set up. 3K a week, is this right? 3K? Shit. If I had 3K a week, all my problems would be solved except the diabetic pain.
So my new company said I can make $3,000 a week. I don't even got bus fare to get there. I don't even got bus fare to get there. And I'm 60 years old.
Oh shit, you're older than me, brother. God damn.
I had to borrow $60 from my daughter so I can bus to my new job so I can make $3,000 a week. Guess where it's going. Guess where it's going. Guess where it's going. See what we do. All you guys on YouTube don't all just complainers. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Man. Well, did you fuck up in life? It's okay to fuck up. This is fucked up. This is from Lockout Man, okay? This is Lockout. This is from Lockout Man. This is not my content. This is from Lockout Man, John. This is from the man called Lockout Man. What did you fuck up in life? 60 years old, $3,000. I swear to God, when it say $3,000, my only thing to do, The daughter knew about Super Ego. Somebody. How did the daughter know about Super Ego? Well, all the daughter had to do was just go to YouTube and type in a couple searches. Nigga. They said, you're gonna make $3,000 a week. We gonna be balling, baby. We gonna be balling. I'm gonna buy that new Benz. I'm gonna buy that BMW. We gonna be balling, baby. They told me I could make $3,000 a week. This 60-year-old man got no fucking clue. See how he's old, stuck in his ways, and he's brainwashed because he thinks some corporate company online tell you that you can make all this money. You think it's true? You think it's true? I'm gonna go to Super Ego, make $3,000 a week. You only got bus fare to get to that bitch. This is a good example of 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, and they have their own information. You're brainwashed. This is how you brainwash people. You brainwash people with money. This is what it is. Just because of a review online don't mean people watch him or they believe him. So it can be, at this rate, it can be 200 reviews online. It don't matter. Super Ego still gonna get niggas. I'm gonna make $300, $3,000. I'm gonna go buy that new Benz. 6 months down the line, it's gonna get repoed. Damn. But I'm 60 years old and I had to borrow bus fare from my daughter to get to Super Ego so I could make $3,000 a week.
That sucks.
This is what I've realized about the internet. Just because it's a review online, the review can have 5,000-10,000 people saw the review. It doesn't mean people believe it, and it don't mean people saw it. So the Newsflash America, just because it's a video online, don't mean. Then she said the nigga been in trucking for 30 years. 30 years, this is where you fucked up in life. 30 years in trucking. And you don't even got bus fare to get to Super Ego, to death row, to meet your maker. Because that's what they are. They're whooping niggas' ass, taking name, tossing your ass out, leaving you stranded in the middle of nowhere. I don't wish this on nobody. Because you're going to be out running loads, and you ain't going to make no money. And I don't wish that on my worst enemy because you don't have no other options. You know what I'm saying? You're out in the middle of nowhere. Yada, 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 man. Ego. Why they playing niggas? They are. Because old people, you get older. A lot of people are old and stuck in their ways and you can't tell them anything. All you niggas online talking shit about Super Ego, you are lazy. You don't do your job right. I'm 60 years old. I'm going to go to Super Ego, call my daughter, hey, baby, can you send me $60 for this bus ticket? Can you buy me this bus ticket, baby? I got to go to a company called Super Ego. You know, they promised me we going to make $3,000 a week, player. Nigga. Keep in mind, remember, about, was it 2 years ago, people used to actually give Super Ego a couple grand. What the fuck? See why age doesn't mean anything? Because people done got older. Old, stuck in their ways. Old, stuck in their ways. They don't see beyond the fancy of job title. I'm going to be an owner-operator. I'm going to make $3,000 a week and ball out on you niggas. On you haters. You niggas need to stop hating on me. I'm gonna buy me a new Benz. I'm gonna be making $3,000 in a week, son. Don't worry, baby. Come on, just loan me that $60, play. I got you so I can, buzz up the Super Ego. Don't worry, in 2 weeks I'll pay you back. Don't worry, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be balling out in the G-Wagon. We ball. Oh my God! Hey, this is not my content though. This was from Lockout Man, but I'm just like, wow. Oh my God! You think you're gonna be making $3,000 a week, baby? Okay, y'all gonna level up today. You gonna go buy that new house in the suburbs, baby? Okay, go get you that G-Wagon.
Brother's going through something. Brother's really going through something there. If you read his body language, I guess you could call it, he's going through something. Jeez. I just told him he's rich in spirit, man.
Have you heard of this brand new...
Oh, man. Jeez.
All right. Do a video about
Things I wish I knew before I was homeless. Joey the Gypsy.
things I wish I knew before I was homeless. In case any of y'all facing that situation, this will help you out. I don't know if y'all follow rap at all, but Julio got killed in Tampa last night, apparently. It's a Florida rapper. There's mosquitoes everywhere. And I mean, I've never seen a place in my life that was more infested with mosquitoes than this this place where I'm living right now. I've never in my life seen so many mosquitoes, and the reason is there's a bunch of spare tires, probably, I don't know, 100 of them sitting here, and when it rains, they're all sitting there with standing water, and it's just a mosquito breeding ground. I don't know if, like, this place is basically, it's a mosquito farm. Like, I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable. But anyways, yeah, Julio apparently was having a birthday party in Tampa last night. He got killed at, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why rappers would be hanging out in, like, it's not like, it wasn't a nice part of Tampa, I'll just put it to you that way, but it ain't none of my business. So, let's talk, now I had to take notes for this one. So, oh shit, alright. Things that I wish I knew before I was homeless. Now, the first thing I wish I knew was that it's not the end of the world, that it's not going to last forever. is it going to be fun and amusing to be homeless? No, but
No.
it's, you know what?
No.
It's really, I guess I can't say it's not harder than living like a normal life, but you know what? Having a job that you can't stand and spending every single penny you earn on bills and rent, that ain't fun either. You know what I mean? So there are some upsides to being homeless. The first one being you're not going to be completely bogged down with bills anymore, and it's going to be a lot easier to save money. So, you know, believe it or not, being homeless is not cheap either. It's kind of expensive because, well, number one, you got to buy food every time you eat. You can't have you can't really cook your food, but that's kind of the main expense, I would say. But for the people who end up on drugs and stuff, it gets really expensive. And what ends up happening with them is they end up spending more money being homeless than they ever would have on bills because, you know, heroin is expensive, and that's the one that usually gets people out on the street. All of it, any drug you end up addicted to is going to get expensive, except alcohol. But what happens with the alcoholics on the street is they only care about alcohol, and so they end up just trying to scrape up a few dollars every day just to buy like the cheapest alcohol they can find, which is also the most poisonous alcohol. I never even knew they made, now I don't know what the price is now, but when I was on the street, I knew a lot of like homeless alcoholics. I didn't know that they sold bottles, little plastic bottles of vodka. I mean, like this big, for like $3. I don't know what the price is now, but I never even heard of that until I was on the street. And one time, my buddy Ilya, they made that movie Heaven Knows What, that was based on Ilya and Ariel. That was one of my best friends, Ilya. One time, so I wasn't into drinking at all when I was on the street. One time, Ilya talked me into, he's like, let's just get drunk and just have fun for once, because, you know, like I was always concerned with just making my money. And so finally I was like, all right, fuck it. And Ilya I bought the same vodka that he bought, which was that plastic bottle, cheap, bottom shelf poison. And, wait a minute. Okay. And I couldn't believe how disgusting it was. If you think regular vodka is disgusting, try that shit. It doesn't even really taste like vodka. It tastes like gasoline or something. It tastes like something you should not be drinking. And so, in my opinion, alcohol might even be worse than heroin to get addicted to, because it's so easily accessible and it's so cheap, and it's like what happens with alcoholics when they can't get alcohol is they go into like withdrawals just like heroin. Now, I don't know how long that lasts, but I gotta say, I've seen people in alcohol withdrawals and it looks worse, at least in the beginning, than heroin, because the heroin withdrawals take a little while to kick in. My experience with withdrawing on heroin was it would get really bad on like day 2 or 3, and then it would, you know, that was like the peak of it. But I've seen more than one person withdrawing on alcohol having seizures. They would have seizures because they needed alcohol that bad. I was like, I've seen that happen to more than one person. It's unbelievable. So, well, that's kind of off topic anyway. But, yeah, so the first thing I wish I knew was that it's not the end of the world. I mean, the other thing is you got to be careful out there and not lose hope, because once you lose hope and you stop caring, that's the people who end up addicted to drugs and stuff, because they just accept that there's nothing, you know, it's like they give up on ever trying to make anything good happen in their lives, and they just spend all their time and money getting wasted, you know. And amazingly, that happened to me too. But the truth is, the whole time I was on heroin, I never really gave up. I'll put it to you that way. I never planned on staying on that shit. I was planning on getting off it. You know what I mean? But I would always tell myself, oh, today's the last day, and tomorrow I'm going to kick it and I'm going to get sober. I couldn't tell you, these are I was lying to myself. I had no real intention of quitting it until finally. I tell the story in other videos, but I just can't believe how many mosquitoes. It doesn't matter how many I kill, more of them materialize out of thin air. Alright, so the first thing, it's not going to last forever. Don't give up and just start getting wasted, because that's how you bog yourself down in it. Once you're addicted to something, you don't need, a lot of them don't even care about getting off the street anymore. They just want to get wasted all day, every day. So the next thing I wish I knew was how valuable a bicycle is. I mean, here's the thing with me. When I was in high school, when we were younger, for some reason, bicycles became really uncool. When I think back on it, I should have been riding my bike all the time. But, it became like this uncool thing. Like, the car was the cool thing to have. So, people riding bikes around, everyone looked at them like it was like a dorky thing to do. When I think back on it, it's just such a stupid way to be. When you're on the street, a bicycle is like such a valuable asset, because first of all, instead of walking everywhere at a snail's pace, you can ride a bike, which it's like having a superpower. It gives you the ability to sprint everywhere without really using that much energy. I used to ride my bike from 72nd Street in Central Park up to I think it was around 100, maybe 110. No, it's probably around 95th to get some of my favorite food, this halal food up there. But without the bike, I couldn't just walk up there and get my favorite food. What I would do is I'd be working in Central Park at 72nd Street, and some homeless people were always in and out. And when I'd be getting ready to go get my food and stop working, I would just tell one of the homeless people, look, watch my stuff. I'm gonna be back in 20 minutes. I'll get you something to eat. And 9 times out of 10, they were fine with that. And they would sit there and watch my stuff. I'd ride my bike up to, it was 96th Street, Halal Guys on 96th Street. Get my favorite food and be right back there 20 minutes. I mean, walking, that would take me an hour probably to walk up there and walk back. I wouldn't even consider doing it if I didn't have the bike. That's just one example of 1,000. I mean, I never even had any intention of having a bike when I was homeless. It never even occurred to me. And then this dude, Savage, who was from South Carolina, he was a street performer, he would come up to New York sporadically. You never knew when Savage was going to be around. But anyways, he was there one summer, and he always had a bike. And one summer, and he'd be like, yo, why don't you get a bike? It's I'd be like, I don't know. And one summer, he was like, yo, when I leave, I'm going to give you my bike. I was like, all right. I didn't even care. And once he gave it to me, it changed my life. It made everything 1,000 times easier. The other thing with a bike, you can use it to do Uber Eats. Those laundry carts? It's like a grocery cart, or it's not a regular shopping cart that you get from the store. It's these little light carts that I guess you would get them at Walmart or the dollar store or something. I don't know, but you can easily convert that into a bike trailer. You got to be a little clever when it comes to making things and engineering simple things, which I'm really good at that. But so what you do is you buy a luggage rack for your bicycle. Now a good one is $70. I've got a good one on my bike. And Then you get one of those laundry carts, which I don't know, they're probably dirt cheap. I never bought one. I found one in New York, and I used to use that. But I can't imagine that they cost a lot of money. But you can easily attach that to the luggage thing, and it'll roll behind your bike like a trailer, and you can carry a ton of stuff in it. So if you got a bike, and it brings you to a new level. If you're on the street and you got a bike, you're way more capable. Let's see what else. So, another thing I wish I knew how valuable it is baby wipes. You can, believe it or not, you can really clean yourself pretty thoroughly with nothing but baby wipes. And the other upside is you're not just covering yourself in some soap that's going to like bother your skin. These things are made to clean up babies, so they're not gonna hurt you in any way. You're not gonna be sitting there like with some film of soap over you. You know what I mean? So baby wipes, you can keep yourself super clean. All you need really to stay clean on the street. Of course, showers are better, but if you can't take showers, which I could take showers, but I'm the type where I'm not comfortable always asking people to go take a shower. I would only ask people when I really, really felt like desperate for a shower. And plus the other thing is I got shit I gotta do. I don't got time to be going way out of my way to go to someone's house to take a shower. So I did it as what's the opposite of frequent? I did it as least often as possible because it's just a big pain in the ass. The other thing is, I was staying really clean. Oh, the other thing was dry shampoo. So I was staying clean enough to where you would never know I was homeless with baby wipes, hand sanitizer, and dry shampoo. Those three things. I could go into any restaurant and eat. Nobody had any issues. I smelled fine. I wore deodorant. I mean, the only way you knew I was homeless was because my bicycle was parked outside with a luggage tied to the back of it. But people didn't treat me like a homeless person. They treated me like some sort of world traveler. You know what I mean? So, presentation matters. So, people, a lot of homeless people think, oh, I can't get a job, I'm filthy. Hey, baby wipes, hand sanitizer, and dry shampoo will keep you clean enough. Deodorant, clean enough. Brush your teeth. You did the toothpaste. You could do that at a water fountain. You know what I mean? Shit. I didn't even use a water fountain. I used a bottle. I always had a bottle of water on me. I would drink my coffee at McDonald's. Then I would go to Central Park to work. And before I would work, I would brush my teeth. I would fucking step into the woods in Central Park with a bottle of water, my toothbrush with toothpaste on it, brush my teeth, and then rinse it with the bottle of water, and that was it. But, presentation matters. If you're completely filthy and smelly, you're going to get treated badly. And look, do I agree with it? Not really, no. I don't think you should treat people badly regardless, but this is reality. This is what's going to happen. No one's going to want you in their restaurant. Nobody's going to really give you a job or nothing. And, presentation, if you take care of yourself, you're going to get a lot more, you're going to be treated a lot better. There's going to be a lot more options and opportunities for you. You got to stay clean. And that's the easiest way to do it. Baby wipes are cheap. Hand sanitizer is cheap. And dry shampoo is not that expensive either. It's just 3 simple things that do not take up a lot of space, and it's a portable shower, straight up. And yeah, you got to stay clean, otherwise you're going to get treated like crap. I used to charge my phone. I could charge my phone in a lot of places, but I chose Starbucks. But when I got completely disgusted with McDonald's. What happened in McDonald's, what really turned me off from it was I almost got into a fight probably once a month in that McDonald's in Manhattan over either the bathroom or the last time what happened was I go in there in the morning to get my coffee, and to be honest, I was already annoyed with it was freezing cold out. I was just frustrated with my life. It was freezing cold. I just had to, pack up all my every morning. I got to pack up my camp, which is you're starting the day off with like work, and then I'm riding. When you're going uptown in Manhattan, you're going slightly uphill. So I was just frustrated and annoyed when I got to McDonald's. I get to McDonald's, and my whole area where I'm usually sitting and drinking my coffee, which is right up front so I can watch my bike, there's people there, and there's really no room to sit. And so this McDonald's in Manhattan, you could Google map it if you want. It's on Broadway and I think 71st. There's like this counter at the front window with all these seats where you can sit and just look out the front window. I would always sit right up front so I could watch my bike. I get there this day, and the fucking McDonald's is so mobbed that there's only one available seat up there. And so I had to squeeze in there because I wanted to watch my bike. I squeezed in there, and this ignorant, big, fat black chick is like giving me all this attitude, and I was in no mood for it. I started talking shit to her, and next thing you know, she's creating this big scene, and I was enraged. I was like, if you were a dude, I would beat the fucking shit out of you right now.
Wow.
Then she calls the cops. The cops show up, and they're telling me, "Oh, you can't. You have to leave." Basically, but everyone in the McDonald's who knew me was like, "Nah, he didn't start it. She did," and all this shit. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this whole place. I'm done with it. Well, I'm never coming back here. I'll leave. I don't give a fuck. Fuck this shit. I just left, and I never came back because, well, I ended up going back in the future, but at that point, I was so disgusted with, and the other thing is, I didn't like any of the people who worked there. These are people who see me every day. They would, they're making this watery shit coffee. I'm like, do you guys not know how to make coffee? I'd be saying shit like that to them. Like, maybe I should come back there and show you how to make coffee, because this shit is like water. Like, I mean, how hard is it to make fucking coffee? So I'd be getting into it with the people who work there. I'd be getting into it with the people who go there. And I just, I got to the point where I was like, I'm done with this place because it's driving me nuts. I'm going to end up in jail if I keep coming to this place. So from then on, I would go across the street at the Metro Cafe. I think it's still there. You can Google this. And I would pay. At McDonald's, I was getting a large coffee for $1. I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to the expensive place. I'll buy a small coffee, a medium coffee for $5. It's worth it to me to not deal with these pieces of shit. You know what I mean? So that's what I started doing. And let me tell you something. No other homeless person would go in that place. Not like it was this really nice coffee shop. It wasn't even nice. It was just expensive. But the other thing was, they wouldn't just let homeless people come in there, basically. But homeless people would never go in there because they couldn't afford anything in there. It's this mediocre cafe with mediocre, way overpriced food, but I didn't care. I just wanted to go somewhere where there would be a different class of people. You know what I mean? I was sick of McDonald's, and the only reason I could pull that off was because I was clean and presentable and I had money. So I'll make a new updated video on how to make money on the street. I guess maybe I'll do that next. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But because there's other videos I want to make. I wasn't really planning on doing this video today. There's other things that I want to do videos about, but someone asked me about being homeless in the comments, and I was like, let me throw one of these videos out there to hopefully relieve some of the stress for people facing this situation. So that's how you stay clean. Here's another thing that I wish I knew. The library. Now, this kind of goes hand in hand with staying clean and looking clean. A lot of homeless people in Manhattan do hang out in the library, but the problem for them is the people in the library treat them like shit. They try to get them to leave. They don't want them there. But since I was like a different type of homeless person, just super clean and organized and obviously had my shit together, they treated me like a regular person at the library. They never bothered me. I'll tell you the story in a second. I ended up getting into it with someone in there, but anyways, for the most part, for years, I was never bothered in that library. And when it was raining out or snowing out, I would go to the library and sit there for most of the day because there was nothing else to do. I didn't want to go sit in Starbucks all day. On rainy or snowy days, I would go to the library until around 3 or 4 o'clock. Then I would go get something to eat. Then I would go to Starbucks and kill the rest of the day there, and then go to my spot at night. But that's a very valuable resource, the library. There's free internet, there's free Wi-Fi, and there's outlets all over the place to charge your phone. So I wish I knew that in the beginning, because in the beginning when I was homeless, I was stuck in Penn Station and Starbucks the whole time. When the weather was bad and I couldn't work,
Ooh.
I didn't know what to do with myself.
My God.
So I would just sit in Penn Station or Starbucks, and I hated it. I couldn't stand it. Once I discovered the library,
319.4. That's better
it's
than
a
the
whole
one I
different
have
thing.
now.
It's all, I would sit there on the internet the whole time,
That's
but
good.
you can get stuff printed up. There's,
Sweet.
if you need something printed, you could do it for like 10 cents at the library. The library is a very valuable resource, but unless you want to be seen as a menace, you got to keep yourself cleaned up and all that. Now, what ended up happening to me, I was going to the library right across from the Juilliard School of Performing Arts or something on the Upper West Side. You'd have to Google it. It's somewhere around maybe the 50s and 60s on 9th or 10th Avenue. It's one of those performing arts schools, but it was a very nice library, and so that was the one I chose to go to. Now, what ended up happening was there was so many homeless people going in there with, big trashed bags full of garbage and, all their crap, and they're just looking like shit and smelling the whole place up. They got tired of it, so they made a new rule at that library. You can't go in there, and the homeless people with the luggages and shit, you can't go in there with anything bigger than a backpack. So I go in there with my nice, expensive North Face luggage, and I'm like, they're gonna leave me alone because I'm clean, I don't cause no problems, this and that. Anyways, I'm in there, and the dumbass library worker comes up and is like, you can't have that in here. I'm like, look, this is like a $500-$600 luggage full of expensive stuff. All my equipment is good, expensive. My clothes, everything. He's like, no, I don't care, this and that. I'm like, look, I understand you can't have homeless people in here with a shopping cart full of turds, but that's not what I am. I'm clean, I smell clean, I'm not bothering nobody. I have, this is not some piece of shit luggage I can leave sitting out front for one of these fucking bums to steal. I can't just leave it out there, because if they do grab it, it's going to take me too long to get out there to, I didn't want to leave it out there. Anyways, I ended up getting into it with this dude, and I got real nasty with him. I was very angry and upset because I was like, I'm losing one of my favorite spots, the library, and once I was like, this bridge is burned now, I'm going to just go off. And I went off on him, and that was the end of it. I never went back there, but I couldn't stand that guy. I was thinking to myself, and this is my own weakness when I get super angry. I think to myself, like, I wish we lived 1,000 years ago where everyone carried swords, because I would have challenged him to a duel. And I would have taken his fucking head off. Like, this is the type of shit that was going through my head at this time. I was thinking, like, he is so lucky we're in the modern world, because if back in the day, we would have had a serious problem, bro. Anyways, I guess that's the end of this video. Hopefully it makes sense. maybe the next video I make will be about making money on the street. There's a million ways to do it, and you don't need no talent or even intelligence to do a lot of them. So I'll do that for the next video, because I do want my channel to be a resource for the people who are struggling in life, facing homelessness, facing addiction, and all that. So, anyways, I guess that's the end of this video. Appreciate every single one of y'all. Thanks for the subs, thanks for the likes, thanks for the tips, thanks for the Patreons especially. And I guess that's about it. Everybody have a good one. See you on the next one.
So I'm also here to collect chitin, but I got a better, because the Raptor saddle I got was like 2 something, and that one was like 319. What was it? 319. That's sweet. Didn't think I'd get that lucky. Funny how you get a Raptor saddle in a cave where there's no raptors. You know, isn't that funny? Jeez. I think I got all 3 of these things, but I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go down here and have fun with this guy. Because I'm trying to get chitin. There's a lot of bugs down here, so should be able to do that. Let's see. Get it healed up. Alright, so we're at an hour already, so I'm going to stop the video and then I'll start a new video right from here after I heal them up, and we'll continue. Interesting, right? The perspective on the streets versus the perspective of corporate. You take care. All right.